On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
What Obama was doing in his bedroom. I don't care if he had a whole set of chicks that was in there with him. That's not what I elect the president for. I'm trying to look at your policy. I'm looking at whether or not inflation is going to rise, what the economy is doing. Am I going to be able to have a job? Am I going to be able to start a business? Is this a business-friendly environment? I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's between you and your chick.
Okay, that's you, but there's a reason. There's a reason even for becoming a president. That the background checks, they asking everybody who knows you, they need to know who your character is.
Because they know it's easy to sell to black people based off of an image versus what it is that's going to be best for you.
Did Trump have good character? And look how much he did for us.
They know it's easy to sell to y'all based off of this image that y'all need.
No, it's not.
Instead of the person that's going to get you the best result.
Hold on, I'm going to take your logic. I'm going to take your logic in here real quick.
This has nothing to do with. This has nothing to do with color.
I got you,
perception. So I don't see what's the big deal. Like, if we can't just question shit, right? I understand, yes, we got great black leaders. But at the end of the day, that's why we get fucked so much, because we don't question each other. Look. That's why Black Lives Matter ran the muck on us. Because as a black person, we was forbidden to trust, we was forbidden to question anything they was doing. Now we finding out that they buying mansions on our dime. They goddamn giving baby daddies almost $1 million, giving brothers almost $1 million for security. But when you get down to it, why can't we just question it? She didn't do it in a crazy way. She just said, you know what? Which one is more important? The reality of what he was doing or the perception? What's wrong with that?
Did you get through the part where she said she was triggered? You got through all that?
Look, no, I got to the part they started talking about, and I didn't hear that.
No, I was just asking because I know B. Simone specifically said triggered, and then she specifically said, no, nigga, you not great.
Correct.
Oh. She said nigga.
He might not have watched all of it.
He didn't.
Okay.
Did he say that about Martin Luther King? Because I got to the point we started talking about Jay-Z now and Kanye.
She was talking about Martin Luther King. She said, you are not a great man, nigga. You are just okay, nigga.
That's what she said, bro.
With that same roll of the lip. You are not a great man, nigga.
I don't watch shit like that.
Okay.
That's what she did.
What did you put in this drink?
Here's the thing, just to answer Logic's question. There's a difference between what you do with the money that was donated for the cause and how it is that you operating in your bedroom. If people give money, right, and then over a third of it go to the different people that's setting up different businesses so they can capitalize off of what people gave money for a specific cause for, and then you only giving Trayvon Martin literally a third of what you gave your homie, your baby daddy, and your brother. You giving the Trayvon Martin Foundation a third versus what you promised it. You came up off of George Floyd's name, right? And you didn't give anything. You didn't go into, you advocated for defunding the police. You never went into the neighborhoods and the places that you actually advocated for. You asked people to protest. They burned down all of the businesses in their own neighborhoods. It became a food desert. All of the same neighborhoods that you asked to defund, now crime is blown up out of proportion. You didn't buy a crib. You didn't buy no land in none of these places that you said the majority of the black people was in, right? But you went and bought $6 million mansion and multiple mansions, and y'all made YouTube videos in them. It's the difference in what you did with the funds that people contributed versus how you look. Ain't nobody asking her who she's sleeping with. They asking you why you gave the money that we gave to you to be able to do whatever it is that you were supposed to do that we protested for to your baby daddy. It's a difference. Ain't nobody asking her who she's sleeping with.
But let me say this because I understand both points. However, there are particular jobs that folks have that require a higher standard of character. So there's some jobs, i.e. preachers, that can't necessarily get away with stuff and have to hold themselves to a higher standard than someone working at the post office. So there's particular jobs that are more distinguished as far as about your character. So we can't take that element out of it. I could say what Eddie Long, that pastor, he could be doing some good. I did Eddie Long. He could have been doing some great stuff at his church in Atlanta. Then come to find out he liked little boys.
But that's illegal.
Well, no, they weren't little boys. They were adults. They were young. So it
What?
wasn't. Well, he did. They were like 20. So what he did in his personal life affected him because he should have held himself to a higher standard.
What about that pastor that was talking about Kevin Chambers?
Let's talk about
the difference is
Bill Clinton.
the difference is that he's advocating. Eddie Long was advocating that you live by the cloth, and he said that he was an example, and so he was illustrating to the people, hey, you should live by the cloth, and I live by the cloth. He was a hypocrite, and that he wasn't living the thing that he was preaching. Martin Luther King was advocating.
Also a preacher.
Martin Luther King was advocating for the rights and the freedom of black people that had nothing to do with him being a preacher.
What? Kind of a reference.
It had nothing to do. His advocating for the freedom and the civil rights and for the equalization of black people to be able to do the same things, vote, get the same jobs.
Hold on,
All this other type of stuff had nothing to do with a ministry.
I'm not condoning anything or backing up B. Simone, but I'm trying to call it square down the
right.
Pop out, shooting in the middle.
I got an update. Courtney,
hold on. I'll just let Courtney finish. Then you go ahead.
The things that Martin Luther King advocated for and the things that he wanted to do was through the Baptist church.
Oh my God. All right.
It was through the church.
Y'all got it.
So again, it's depending on what you are, your career, your name. They hold higher standards. Bill Clinton, president, but now he's always going to be associated with Monica Lewinsky. Did that tarnish him as a president? Maybe not. To some people, yes. When they think of Bill Clinton, they're going to think about that blue stained dress. So it is some people that you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. If we found out Obama was cheating on Michelle, that's going to tarnish him because we hold him up to a higher standard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can't say that that's not true. It's true. There's some things that teachers should not.
It's not true for me, and maybe it's just a difference for men. But Obama's ability to be able to steer us through that recession in 2008, I don't care how much head he was getting. My pockets was hurting at that time. I needed to make sure that my family was straight. I don't care what Obama was doing in his bedroom. I don't care if he had a whole set of chicks that was in there with him. That's not what I elect the president for. I'm trying to look at your policy. I'm looking at whether or not inflation is going to rise, what the economy is doing. Am I going to be able to have a job? Am I going to be able to start a business? Is this a business-friendly environment? I don't care what you do in your bedroom. That's between you and the chick.
That's you, but there's a reason. There's a reason even for becoming a president. That the background checks, they asking everybody who knows you, they need to know who your character is.
Because they know it's easy to sell to black people based off of an image versus what it is that's going to be best for you.
Did Trump have good character? And look how much he did for us.
They know it's easy to sell to y'all based off of this image that y'all need.
No, it's not.
Instead of the person that's going to get you the best results.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you a logic. I'm going to take your logic in here real quick.
This has nothing to do with. This has nothing to do with color.